this segment, I'd like to talk to you about how I came to understand that it's our modern society that's killed the passion and intimacy in our close relationships with our men. And I've done this by studying a lot of the world's leading experts, as well as doing my own due diligence research. And my own experiential learning has taught me that we've been educated to be more like men. We've been parented to be more like men as women. And the reason that that's happened is because we're striving for equality. And I do 100% believe in equality, equality in the workplace, equality of pay, voting rights and all the rest. I do believe that women should have all of those. And quite often we need to embrace and exude our masculine energy to achieve success in the workplace. What I'm saying is that when it comes to taking that energy back home, leave it at the door. You don't want to be bringing your masculine energy inside your own personal private relationship environment, because that is what kills our intimate relationships. Because if you're the masculine energy in the room, what he's going to feel and pick up is that he either needs to step back more into his feminine if he's not a very strong masculine male, or he's going to feel threatened that there's another masculine energy in the room, and you're going to experience conflicts. So what I'm saying is that, if you know that you're a confident, strong woman and you need to exude masculine energy to succeed in the workplace, that's great. But make sure that when you come home, you give him his balls back. Take off the trousers. Revert back to your true, authentic, core feminine self. That is what's going to create more passion. That's what's going to create more intimacy. That's what's going to create that polarization of energies that's going to really help you to feel really fulfilled and alive in your relationship. It's not going to work if you're trying to turn him into a male version of you in your relationship. And quite often we're quite superior as women in thinking that, oh well, this man's great, but I can change him to be more like me. Actually, when you get him to be more like you won't fancy him anymore, because it'll mean that he's stepping in more into his feminine. And that's not what you're looking for. That's not what you're craving in your intimate relationship. If you want passion, if you want more intimacy and you want more connection. But that's exactly what we sometimes do to our men. And that's why we have that honeymoon period in the beginning, because you are more feminine. But then as you're trying to change him, what happens? He becomes more like you, and you're not finding him as attractive anymore. And in consequence, that's happening for him too. And you're wondering why you've got more like a friendship type relationship. I'd just like to wrap up this section talking a little bit about Brinz, who was a psychologist who studied couples. And what this psychologist actually said was that the less gender differentiation there are in our relationships, the less sexual desire you're going to have in that relationship. In other words, in an attempt to be gender neutral, we have actually in fact become more gender neutered. And we're not meant to be that way. There's a reason why there's a masculine and feminine. We weren't meant to be asexual beings, in other words. We're not meant to reproduce ourselves, otherwise there wouldn't be the masculine and the feminine in the human or animal kingdom. And the reason that there is because there needs to be that polarization to create that attraction. And therefore you can have that attraction to then procreate, to keep your species going.